guys know, this is live, so technical difficulties can happen. And as
Yes,
and the keys to success, these are one of the keys to success, that no matter what happens in your life, you keep pushing forward, you
that's right.
overcome the obstacle, and you just keep going. So again, it is your girl, Miss Lee, full-time real estate investor, coming to you live from Atlanta, Georgia. And again, it is my pleasure to welcome real estate powerhouse, Sis. Sis, thank you so very much for joining us. And you were going
Thank you,
over
friend.
kind of how you got into real estate investing. You were saying,
Yes.
rich dad, poor dad, and that's kind of where we left off. So I'll let you continue.
Yeah, so I read the book first, and then I went to a couple of classes, and the last class, it was like one of those upgraded classes where they want you to spend several $1,000s to to learn about wholesaling. And I did it, and I was just at a point in my life. I've always been like had an entrepreneurial type of spirit, so I didn't have I didn't mind investing in myself, investing in my
Right,
education or anything like that. But it was the first time that I had like made like put so like a large lump sum of money into anything. And I
right,
tell you, I put my whole income tax check in. I was like, you know what? I mean, it's all or nothing, right? And
right.
so, I jumped all in, and unfortunately, like it was like the information was so overwhelming for me at the time, and I was a single mom. I was a single mom at the time, and I was still working full time in corporate America. I had not quite fired my boss yet,
Wow.
and I could not, I couldn't do it all at that I wanted to do. So I just kept studying the information. I stayed plugged into a couple of wholesaling groups and stuff like that, so I can because it was still intriguing to me, so I would just keep reading, reading things that was going on and kind of keep myself abreast of it. And
Right.
so in 2018, like the middle of 2018, I had already left corporate America by this time,
Hmm.
and I was doing e-commerce full time, selling on Amazon. I was doing six figures on there, but the thing about that was, it was just so boring, mundane. Like, and then I had the babies. I was at home with them all day, like no human interaction. Not
Right.
human. I'm sorry, they're humans.
Adult
No
interaction.
adult
No
interaction.
humans.
Right? Yeah,
Hmm. I
they're
understand.
very much human, but like no adult interaction whatsoever. And I was just like over it. So I'm like, you know what? Now it's time. I've been pushing this thing off, for years. I know it was something that I want to do. I know it worked. I was like, I knew I was going to be good at it. I knew it was going to be successful, but it was just like, now it's time. It's time. And so I jumped in there. I gave myself 30 days to kind of go back over the information and just refresh my memory on everything, just and make sure that I was up to date on whatever was current in the industry.
Right.
And 30 days later, I closed my first deal, and it's been
Wow.
history ever since. Yeah.
Wow. 30 days. So it was like boom, boom, boom. Everything seemed to happen.
Yes. It was, and after that, like I was telling the audience, like the momentum after I closed my first deal, and I think it's this way with everyone. Maybe you can attest to this too. I'm not sure if this was your experience, but the momentum after I closed the first deal, it was like things started coming from everywhere. Like,
Right.
I mean, the deals just started coming. Like, I don't know if that
Right.
it was the same for you, but that's how it happened for me.
And it was for me. I know when I closed my first deal, it was December 13th, 2013 was the first day I closed my deal. And after that, it just was off. It took off from there.
Yeah, I
First year,
don't know.
it was crazy.
I don't know what that is, but like I tell people, just get that, just close that first deal, just close that first one. I promise you, it's gonna change your life.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. And so I know that you had a program like the Live Wire program. You have a Facebook group that's absolutely exploding where
Yeah.
everyone's kind of going there. Tell us, how did you what pushed you in that direction to just say, you know what, I'm
Yeah.
closing my deal, but I want to go bigger. Like I want to help,
Yeah.
a lot of people. Tell us a little bit about that.
So how that came about was, like I said, I've always been plugged into to other real estate investing groups,
What-
primarily wholesaling groups, and I
Right.
was just sharing my story, right? I was just sharing my wins, sharing not even necessarily wins, sharing some things that came, some of my losses, and just sharing my story, trying to engage with the community because
Right.
so in so doing, people started to really resonate with me for whatever reasons, but people really started resonating with me. I would have people constantly um reaching out to me, DMing me, asking me, do I mentor, do I coach? And I'm like, no, I don't do, I don't do
Right.
any of that. No, I'm just sharing, sharing my story. Like,
Right.
how can I learn? Well, I was referring people to other people's courses and stuff. Like, I didn't have anything to sell or anything. Like, here, take this course. This course I took,
Right.
So I was
This-
like, here, take this. That's what I did. So if it worked for me, it could work for you too. So,
Right.
and then, constantly people were reaching out to me, and I was getting so much engagement in other people's groups. I think maybe that didn't sit well with some of the admins of the group. So eventually I
Wow.
started getting blocked and kicked out of groups and stuff like that. And not for breaking rules, just because I was just getting so much engagement. It
Right.
is what it is. So
It's
I was like,
true.
you know
That
what?
way.
Like, yeah, I mean, like, forget this crap. Like, I had no intentions of starting a group. I didn't have anything to sell. I was just wanting to share and, build with the community, right? That's honestly, that's genuinely all I was wanting to do.
Wow.
Um, but that wasn't received so well. So I said, you know what, screw it. I'll just start my own thing. I would much rather just collaborate and just share in other people's groups, but that wasn't happening. So I
Right.
started my own group. And I don't know. Like, it took off like so fast. It grew
Wow.
so quickly.
Wow.
We're at I think I'm right around 7 or 8 months having started the group, and we're just shy of 25,000 members. Um,
Wow.
and we're highly engaged group. It's growing, and it's all organic, mind you. Like, I haven't did any type of Facebook ads or any type of paid advertising whatsoever. So this
Wow.
is all organic growth. And I mean, we're really engaged. I wanted to do something a little different than what I saw other groups doing.
Right.
So I make sure that the group is highly engaged. I'm constantly engaging with them and just keeping the energy up, keeping it fun, exciting, but learning at the same time. And so
Right.
I think that's why the group has grown so quickly, and it's done so organically, because like, the culture of the group is just, I wanted to be different than what I experienced in some of the other groups. And it's not a knock on any other groups or anything. I just wanted it to be different. I wanted
Right.
the energy to be more cohesive and more family oriented. And I
Mm.
didn't want it to be like, oh, it's my group, but I'm the only one that can shine in my group. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I wanted to, so I wanted to make sure that I highlight and celebrate other people in the
Yes.
group. So I do that often, especially other queens. When I
Yes.
see other people winning, I highlight them. I encourage them. I put their products out there, whatever. So I just wanted to be different. I wanted the culture to be different. And I think that's one of the main reasons why the group has grown so explosively and is so highly engaged, because we created a culture there that's just like, none, it's not like any other group out there.
Wow, I love that. I love that. And I'm a part of that group as well. And I see a lot of the beautiful thing about your group is a lot of people are going live and they're showing their experiences in real estate. And
Yeah.
for, people that are new to the industry or just people who are in their everyday life, it's always great to kind of be able to connect and see
Mm,
that, you see other people and what they're learning and what their experiences are.
yeah.
So it's like it's more hands-on rather than, and I noticed that in other groups as well, where it's just like a post or a question and it's not
Right.
interactive. So
Right.
opening up the doors for a group to be interactive is so important. It's really powerful
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. And as far as Live Wired, which excuse me, Wired is an acronym for Women in Real Estate Dominating. So
Right,
it was kind of like the same thing. Like, I was noticing, and I had only been in the industry at this point in time. Like I said, I got my first deal in August. And so around October-ish is when, like, a lot of real estate investing events started to happen.
right,
And so I was, noticing all these different events, and it was like I was noticing a couple of trends. So one of them was that there was only one female on the panel, or there were none.
yep,
And the one female that was on the panel seemed to be, it was that same female, or same one or two that was in everybody's events. And
right,
I was like, you know what? Why are there not hardly any women, if any at all, on these panels? Like, I
right,
know daggone well it's more than one woman that's in wholesaling that's killing it, right? I know it's more. So
right,
I'm like, where are the freaking ladies at? So that's one of the things that I noticed. And the other thing that I noticed is, like, of course, real estate investing is a male dominated industry, right? And
right,
so one of the other things that I noticed was, like, with these events that are run by men, it was like they were so competitive, and I would see like the shots being thrown at each other. They're this that. I was like, you know, that's not me. Like that's not how I get down. So I'm like, I'm gonna do something different once again.
Right.
I'm gonna do a women's only event. I'm gonna
Right.
show them how the women can get down, like how we can actually come together and celebrate each other, and it won't be this like, I don't want to use that word, this de-slinging
Yeah.
competition. You
A
know what I'm
lot
saying?
of positive energy. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what I wanted, and I wanted to celebrate women and give women a platform that maybe had never had a platform before, that
Right.
maybe were actually out here killing it, but just weren't as noticed or known on social media and what have
Right.
you. But so that's what I did. So I created Live Wired. I brought together like some of the dopest women in the industry.
Right.
We came together. It was absolutely insane. And again, I had just started really in real estate investing, and I had never even been to a real estate investing event before,
Wow.
because after my first month in wholesaling, I got pregnant. So
Wow.
I got pregnant with baby number 5, and I was freaking miserable. So I wasn't going to nobody's events or anything like that.
Right.
Um, so I didn't know like what it's supposed to look like, or what went on in anybody else's event or anything like that. I just knew what I wanted. I knew
Right.
the experience that I wanted the ladies to feel. I knew what I wanted them to come to learn. You know what I'm saying? Like I knew what I wanted them to come and see and learn and do.
Right.
So my event was like nothing. No one has ever done an event like Live Wired. I can say that with confidence.
Where did you
And
host that event?
it was in Miami.
Oh wow. Yeah,
Yeah,
Miami's the place to do it.
yeah, it was in Miami. I mean, everything was, I mean, absolutely insane. The hotel was amazing, and I had never been to this place before, and like I did, I planned this whole event by myself. Like from the comfort of my own home. But I did have a cousin that lived in Miami, and I sent her to the hotel just to verify that it actually, pictures look good on the internet.
Right.
So I sent her out there to just to verify that it actually did look as nice as it did online, and that the food, had her do a food tasting and everything like that. And she
Wow.
did that for me. And I had no idea like this hotel was like celebrities come there, like the pool was icon. Like I didn't know, but it was,
Right.
everything was just in the stars and aligned so
Right.
perfectly. But we had an all white yacht party. And
Wow.
we did it big. We did it
Wow.
up. I
And so do
mean,
you
they
plan
came.
on doing that event again? And someone else asked, what does wired mean again?
Oh, Wired stands for Women in Real Estate Dominating.
Yes.
It's all women panel, all women speakers, and it's all women attendees as well.
Wow.
So yeah, and so we did the because I know like a lot of the women had like male partners, and a lot of
Right.
the women, of course, some of us have husbands and partners or what have you. So the
Right.
all white yacht party was co-ed, so the men did come on the all white yacht party with us. So it wasn't like totally eliminating the
Right.
guys from the whole experience. So
That's
um
that's a beautiful thing, and
yeah.
I'm glad that you brought that together because that's one thing that I've noticed. I've been in this industry now for 7 years, and I've kind of quietly been in it, just doing my thing. And I've been a part of a lot of high level mastermind groups, and in those mastermind groups, I was the only female. And
Yeah,
being a part of that, I created Billionaire Business Women because I'm like, where are the women at? Why is and I would be
exactly.
a lady, but she would be like the assistant or the one who really didn't know much about real estate. And I'm
Yeah.
at the table with, the Kent Coldiers and the Sean Terrys and I sat at the table with a lot of bosses, and it's like, well, Miss Lee, where's your partner? And I'm like, I'm the one
Right.
who's like, just
Exactly.
you? I'm like, it's just me.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
I definitely understand that 110%. And I thank you for creating the Live Wired event. And, I'm just finding out about it, but definitely in the future, I'd love to, I know our viewers would love to hear more about it. Are you planning to have another one in the future?
Yeah, so we actually had we still have Live Wire 2020. It's on the calendar for August,
Oh,
but
wow.
I'm kind of I'm not sure
COVID.
what's gonna happen with COVID. Yeah, I was like, it's like right on the cusp of when we might get off punishment and can can go outside again.
Right.
But So I'm not sure exactly. I'm still on the fence with that one. It's definitely going to happen. It's not an
Right.
experience that I can do virtual, so that's not even an option, because this is an experience that you have to come and
Right.
be there, like physically. You just have to. Like, I promise you, it's insane, and it's like unlike anything that you'll ever experience. Um,
Wow.
but yeah, Livewire 2020 is definitely going down.
Okay.
Like I said, it's on the calendar for August 6th through 9th right now,
Okay.
but I'm probably going to have to push it back a little bit because of COVID. So just
Okay.
kind of playing it by ear right now.
Awesome. Well, we'll definitely stay tuned for more information on that. So now let's talk a little bit more about real estate.
Yeah.
What's the current market that you're in,
Yeah.
and how is COVID-19 and the whole pandemic, how has that affected you and your business?
Yeah, so I am in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. I don't do deals outside of my primary market.
Okay.
And right now, I mean, it's pretty steady here.
Okay.
Um, it's pretty steady here right now. I have kind of pivoted just slightly, not so much, because I've always been into creative deal structuring, but
Right.
now it's more intentional. So
Wow.
I'm trying to focus, trying to not move out of wholesaling necessarily, but I'm trying to acquire more properties via creative deal structuring strategies, and trying to build my portfolio
Right.
that way, and create really a massive portfolio of cash flowing properties
Yeah.
that I don't have to be the landlord over.
Wow.
So,
So that you
yeah.
don't have to be so you're creating cash flow and you're not the landlord over the assets.
Absolutely, absolutely. I have no desire or intentions of being a landlord whatsoever. So currently, I do have a couple of properties just like that I own free and clear, and they are cash flowing, and I don't get any calls from my tenant buyers. They handle all of the maintenance, the repairs, the insurance, the taxes, everything, and I just collect my checks in the mail.
I know that's right. That is powerful stuff. So,
Yeah.
and for the viewers who want to learn more about that, because I know in your group, real estate from A to Z, is there things in there and courses in there where they can learn different strategies, such as the creative financing option that you were discussing?
Yeah, so we have an academy. I just launched an academy in March, the end of March, and it's geared just for that, for teaching people various strategies, exit strategies, um, and creative deal structuring methods, so that they can especially for wholesalers, because the fact of the matter, I'm sure you can attest to this, like most leads don't qualify as wholesale deals, and I think that's where
Right,
a lot of wholesalers get tripped up at, is that they try to make deals out of, and it's not really a deal, but they
right,
try to make it a deal anyway, and they send out bad numbers, inflate, you know what I'm saying,
right,
inflated ARVs and stuff like
right.
that, just trying to make it a deal.
Mm,
And that's because they don't know any other strategies. If they knew some different exit strategies, then they would know how to construct a deal out of a lead that wants market value, or that is has little to no equity, or that even a one that where they're upside down. If
right,
they know these various strategies, they'll know how to make a deal out of leads like that. And so
right.
that's why we launched the academy, and it's called Deal Closer Academy.
Okay.
And it is a monthly membership, and each month they learn different strategies each and every single
Wow.
month. Yeah, and I mean, so far, like, it is absolutely, I mean, it is so amazing what the students have learned. And like, one of our students, Nina, just 30 days after taking the subject to course, which is a strategy, it's actually acquisition versus disposition, but um she got her first sub two under contract, and then
Wow.
the next class, Pace came in with the freaking like slam dunk, and he showed how to do raps, and he showed her how to rap her deal so
Wow.
that she could actually make $200,000 on this one freaking deal.
Wow.
And yeah, and he also went over like this, how to reverse engineer your goals, so that you can use creative deal structuring strategies to build this portfolio where you can retire in 2 years with $5 million. And it was freaking
Wow.
mind blowing. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, I was already in it, but now I'm like, okay,
Right.
I'm
No.
really in it now.
Wow. Yeah, I know for me, creative deal structures, I love subject to. I own several properties subject to. I bought this house subject to. I love
Yeah.
subject to real estate.
Yeah.
But I'm not really familiar with the wraparound process. So that's really good
Yeah.
for investors who are in the industry to learn just different structures and different processes of things. And what
Yeah.
was the name of that group again?
Yeah, it's called Deal Closer Academy.
Still
So
close.
you can go to www.dealcloseracademy.com,
Okay.
and you can learn, go through the website and see everything that you will get from being a part of the group. And I'm telling you, like, this is life changing information. Like, I know a lot of people may say that it may sound cliche, but I'm telling you, once you learn how you can actually, like you said, like, you can buy a home, even for yourself, your own personal property. You can buy
Right.
your own home subject to,
Yes.
without using any credit, without having to qualify for a mortgage loan,
Right.
without and sometimes without putting any money down or anything.
Right.
And you can acquire a property where you get an amazing home for yourself, and without, it is some risk. I'm not going to say it's no risk involved, but the risk is
Right.
you making that payment. Like, you have to
Right.
make the payment.
Right.
That's the main thing. So it
Yeah.
is something that you definitely have to make sure that you're in a position where if anything happens, that you're still able to, make those payments.
Absolutely.
But um you know but like, that's life changing in and of itself. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
I mean,
subject to in itself is a powerful, and there's so many different exit strategies and different
yeah,
strategies in real estate as a whole. But
yeah,
subject to me is one of the best ways to
yeah,
acquire real estate. I absolutely love it. I'm like, I'm going to build my whole portfolio off subject to.
yeah,
Just because,
yeah,
you can get so many great deals that way, and a lot of times, like you said, people may throw away a deal that may potentially be something that they can,
yep,
use in their portfolio for at a
yep,
later time. That's amazing.
absolutely.
That's
Ab-
amazing stuff. So I want to go to the comments really quick and just look at, thank Angie for joining us, Lorraine for joining us, Antonio, Siobhan, Inez Lawson, Maji. Angie said she loves it. Angie said she wants to get into real estate. Jessica Evans said, hello, ladies. She's just
Hey.
joining. And Lori Larish said, Nina, Nia,
Yeah,
Nia.
yeah, Nina. Yeah, Nina is amazing. She's just one of those people that, she just, like, she just takes action. Like, she learns something. It doesn't have to be perfect. She doesn't have to know every single thing, but she just goes out there and takes massive action, and it's starting to pay off for her. I'm just so proud of her, and I'm just looking forward to see her continue growth. And yeah, so I love to see other people win, especially
Yeah.
my students. Like, I love it. Like, I'm gonna have to probably copyright this and trademark this quote. I don't think anybody else is has came, but it came out the dome for me. But, like, closing deals for me, like, feeds my ego,
Mm,
but helping to see other people win, like, that feeds my soul. Like, that
yeah.
really makes me feel good, like, to
Yeah.
see help other people win. So
Yeah, I
so
I
that's what I strive to do.
I agree 110%. I mean, just to support one another and to see other people uplifted and actually achieving their goals. I said to my executive assistant who's here, she's a baker, and I said, I want to help your bakery business. I want to make sure that everyone knows that your cakes are amazing. Anyone who works within my company,
Yeah,
I make sure that their business is successful because
absolutely.
for me, that's a win. I can be successful, but if my team is successful as well, then I'm really excited because I'm really making
Exactly.
a difference for everybody. And that's what it's all about
Exactly.
for sure.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
So, a super mom of five, you are a real estate investor as well. Tell us,
Yeah.
what are some of your keys to success to being a mother in this industry and having children and making it work at the same time?
I use, especially for moms, like, we have to learn how to use, um I don't want to call them weaknesses, right? Our challenges. We have to
Right.
learn how to use those as,
Power.
how to overcome them, number one, but how to use those to our advantage. So, for example, in wholesaling, one of the main marketing or ways to acquire leads is driving for dollars, right? And
Right.
so, and I had one mom reach out to me one before, and she was like, I have two babies, and, like, how do you drive for dollars? I'm like, girl, like, most times,
Hmm.
what time your babies are gonna want to take a nap.
Right.
They want to eat, sleep, change them. So you got. schedule your time around is when it's around the time for them to take a nap. Because once you get them in the car, as long as they're fed and they, their pampers are changed or whatever, they're gonna take a nap.
Right.
Schedule it around that time and go drive while they're sleeping. And if you have like little people, like little people, give them something to play with, give them a snack, and go drive for dollars.
Yeah.
Like you know what I'm saying? Like use
Right.
that to your advantage. And I would take mine, take mine with me, and I make it a whole like adventure out of it. Like here's a notepad, here's a pencil, and the older ones they have their little cell phones or whatever. I make them download the app. Like here's the app,
Mm,
let's go.
yeah.
And we all go together. And I tell them like any house that we find that I close on, I'll give you guys $100 a piece. Just
Wow.
for to make it encourage them, incentivize them, and also it may get them interested in the business or entrepreneurship if that's something that you want your children to do. But if you're an entrepreneur, unless they're and I'm not trying to tell anybody how to raise your children, but for me, personally, I encourage my children to be entrepreneurs or to some degree,
Right.
unless you're going into a field that requires you to go to college. I'm not pushing college on them,
Right.
and even if they go to college, I'm still whatever it is that you desire to be. I'm still talking about ownership, like owning it, like not going and working for nobody else. So
Right, absolutely. So, I mean, that's powerful advice. Pretty much include your children in what you're doing and fuel and encourage them to be entrepreneurs if that's something they desire. But just
right.
include them in your business structure.
Yep. And so that's one of the things that we do. And also one key thing that you have to focus on if you're a mom, is that you have to focus on those revenue generating activities. Like so many people focus their time and energy on stuff that's not going to make them money. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? Like I don't care about no website and no business cards, no logo. Like that stuff is not necessarily going to make you any money. Like get
right,
out there and focus because I don't have a lot of time in the day, and
right.
I don't have a team and I don't have VAs. So
Mm,
it's just me. So the little couple 2 to 3 hours that I have a day, like I have to focus my time and energy on things that are going to make me money.
wow.
So that is a key component that I think people, especially moms, like you have to drill that down so that you can really. And I don't encourage anybody to do this without a team or some VAs. I'm
Wow.
just crazy, y'all. So, but I'm starting
Right.
I am starting to look for team members because it is a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, I mean, that is powerful to know that you are running your business on 3 hours a day with no team, but your focus is the income generating activities. It's like
Absolutely.
you've narrowed down that clarity of understanding. Like, I know I may not have that much time, but with the time that I do have, let me make sure I make the best of it. That is really important.
Yeah. That is so key. I'm telling you. So, I don't know. Are your listeners primarily wholesalers?
Well, our listeners are in real estate investing. Some of them
Okay.
want to get into real estate investing. So it varies.
Okay, so yeah, but yeah, that's something that you absolutely have to focus on. So you have to narrow that down and get focused on those things. And I know it's kind of difficult, and for me, and one of the things that probably helped me out with this is that I was homeschooling prior to my last two babies. I was homeschooling, so I was accustomed to having my babies at home with me, my children home with me.
Wow.
So that kind of helped in that regard. So I know a lot of mothers may be struggling right now with like they're not used to being home, working from home, and
Right.
having the babies there and having to juggle that. I know that may be a bit challenging, but yeah,
Wow.
if you have older ones, like I have older ones, like listen, the older ones sometimes like listen, I need you to take the babies and take them with you guys like for a little bit for an hour. Like let me get this done so that I could, you know what I'm saying? So
That
I
is
mean
amazing.
you have to figure out ways to make it work.
Wow. So pretty much you're superwoman because you were
Uh,
homeschooling. You were homeschooling as well. And you and I both, we both have five daughters, which I think is phenomenal as well. But
yeah,
you had five daughters and you were homeschooling as well and running the real estate business and creating
yeah,
the live wire and creating the website. That is phenomenal. And
yeah,
that just
yeah,
shows the strength of a woman. That is amazing. And I know
yeah.
I see a lot of women who don't have children, and I'm like, guys, you don't realize how easy you have it when you don't have children, because
Trying to tell you.
when you add the little ones to it, that's just a whole nother, component to your real
Oh
estate
man.
company that you really have to then figure out how to juggle.
Absolutely. Like it's, and let me make this very clear. That's not to say that I do everything right. Like I
Right,
don't drop the ball sometimes, or like something is not slacking sometimes. Like, listen, my
right,
house isn't always spot clean. That's
right,
just the fact of the matter. I don't get the like. I really enjoy cooking for my family. I don't get it. I don't cook every single night, but I try to cook at least 2 3 times a night. And I have teenage girls, and I've taught my girls how to cook. So some a couple of nights, like, listen, y'all cook dinner. They know how to cook full blown meals. Like, you know what I'm
wow,
saying. Like, you have to look. You have to leverage this thing. Get it in the best way you can. Like, I can't be 100% to everyone and everything all
mhm,
100% of the time, but I give it my best. I give it my no, I can't even say that. Like, I really don't do my best, because like I said, there's some things that I can improve upon.
right,
But you have to, like, as women, I think sometimes we're so hard on ourselves. We want to just be everything for everybody, and you know what I'm
right,
saying? And we get hard on ourselves sometimes. Like, listen, pat yourself on the back, sis. Like, and
yeah,
if you need somebody to help celebrate you or congratulate you, like you got sis right here, sis Lee, and you got me, like, I will celebrate you and let you know that you are the bomb.com. Like,
yeah,
sometimes you need that support. Like, make sure you surround yourself with other people that are going to celebrate you and encourage you and pat you on the back, and don't view your wins as competition, or don't view your wins as bragging. Like, no, like, let the world know, like, this is what I'm doing, this is what I've done. And,
right,
like, yeah, I'm the bomb. It's okay.
right.
You should celebrate yourself.
Wow, that's powerful stuff. I love it. I love it. And I mean, to your point, as far as doing all the things around your house, I know for me, I hire a cleaning person. I hire a chef because there's no way I there's no way that I could keep the house clean and do everything and
Yeah.
still be a mom and run a business. It is okay to delegate. So I say all that to say
Yes.
delegation is okay. And
Yes.
really, that's where the sanity point, you don't want to run yourself in the ground with your business and with things that you're doing. So the most, delegating your tasks is always, it's such a blessing when you can kind of find the people to kind of put in place to help your business, especially if they're effective with getting things done,
Yes.
then it makes
Yes.
things easier for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah, I gotta take a page out of your book with that, because I
Yeah,
definitely need to be hiring some people around here.
yeah. I mean, one of my assistants said, "You don't need to hire more people." I said, "No, I need more people." I
Yeah.
right over there. I said, "We need more people." So
Yeah.
the more you can delegate, the easier things will be able to flow, and you realize there's still so much on your plate, and hopefully, there be more you can get done. But to your point,
Yeah.
focusing on the income generating activities, because I
Yeah.
even in my business, as I sit, I'm like, okay, what is our to-do list for today? What do we need to be focusing on? And that's really important for anyone who's watching this, is focusing on the income generating activities. That's super powerful, sis, for you to say,
Yeah.
that focus is so important.
Yes. That changes everything. Like, once you get that down pat, telling you, you'll start to see your business do a whole 360, a
Wow.
180, whatever.
Wow. So, with all that being said, and some of our viewers are new to real estate investing, what is some of your keys to success, some of your advice that you would give someone new just starting off in the industry?
Number one, I would say invest in your education.
Okay.
I know a lot of people say, I mean, you can go to YouTube and stuff. There's a ton of information. There's a ton of free information out there. But the thing about it is, where most people, unless, like, people have different learning styles, right?
Right.
There are, I think, just a handful of people who can actually go out and watch YouTube videos and actually organize it in a way where they can actually start
Right.
implement. um I don't have time for that.
Right.
So, from again, it's talking about time. So for me, I invest in my education. Be careful who you invest with, but invest in your education, because if you invest in a program or course or something that has everything outlined for you, so that everything's right there for you, step by step, and so that you can follow along with it, it cuts out so much time. Like, I don't have time to be trying to figure stuff out on my own and piece it together. Like,
Right.
I'm trying to win right now. So
Right.
I'm gonna go and purchase something from somebody who's vetted, and who, you know what I'm saying, who is known, successful, and you know what I'm saying, that I can
Right.
learn from, so I can learn from their mistakes. I can cut out all of that time of trying to do it on my own, trying to piece it together. That's one of the main things. And I think that's where a lot of people, um, they make that mistake of not wanting to invest in their education.
Right.
Oh, YouTube is free. Okay, well, go ahead to YouTube then
Right.
and try to piece all this stuff together and try to figure it out, and then see how long that takes you and how much money you actually wasted while you was trying to figure it out and piece it
Right.
together.
Mm.
I get so many people in my inbox that go to YouTube trying to learn, but they in my inbox every day asking me questions. Like, if YouTube
Right.
is so reliable, then you shouldn't have to come to my inbox asking me questions. Go
Right.
to YouTube and figure it out.
Right.
Like, yeah. But, and I'm not trying to be,
Right.
mean or anything, but I'm
Right.
just saying, and I answer people's questions, but
Right.
I'm just saying that, I invest in my education and I encourage others to do the same thing.
Right.
That's one of the main things I can say. And again, make sure that you are, surround yourself, like, listen, if you have Facebook friends that, mainly your, people that you've been knowing, or your family or whatever, and they're not supportive of you, you need to change your Facebook friends. You need to
Right.
make sure that you have, like, people that are around you, and that you see that even your news feed, your news feed needs to be inspiring. Needs to be You need to be learning things. You need to be getting inspired by people, that
Yeah.
your whole timeline, right? It needs to be motivated and educational.
Right.
And I'm not saying that has to be, because I'm not 100% rigid or anything. Like, I like to laugh and have fun and all that kind of stuff too. But my whole timeline consists of nothing but other entrepreneurs that, like, are, what I'm saying, that I get inspired from, that I learn from, that I like to, build with, etc., collaborate with, that
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's going to help you, because entrepreneurship is tough, right? It's tough,
Right.
and it can get lonely, especially when you start succeeding.
Right.
It can get lonely, and like, you start to experience different kind of energies coming at you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so you need to make sure that you have people that's going to be in your corner, that's going to be, supportive of you, and that's going to encourage you, and check you sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So, that's two of the two things that I would say that I would encourage people to do, that are, aspiring entrepreneurs or even real estate investors.
Wow, I love that. I love that. And I agree with you 110% on both of those things. When it comes to investing in your education, it is so important to do that. And like I said, I've been in this for 7 years, and I started off Flip to Freedom Academy, the Board
Yep.
Elite Mastermind, Rafael Vargas's training, Tony the Closer's training. I've been Chris Bruce's mastermind. Education is so important, and
Yep.
surrounding yourself with people who are doing what it is you want to be doing, and also just expanding your mind and your network, and groups like your Facebook group, a
Yep.
powerful place for people who are just starting to kind of go and get that real information from
Yep.
people who are actively doing the business is so important.
Yep. And I'm a forever student. Like, I'm
Right.
constantly a student. I'm constantly learning from other people, and I don't
Yeah.
care if it's on the topic, like, on the same topic that I already know about. Like, yeah, I know about wholesaling, but if I see somebody talking about something with wholesaling, I'm gonna tune in, because it could be one nugget that you get,
Yeah.
just one that can totally change, your business, or add a comma to your paycheck.
Wow.
So I am
Wow.
constantly tuned in, and trying to learn from others, and I go in with the already knowing that, okay, I'm going to get something out of this, and I listen for that. And every time that I listen, that I go in with that mind frame, I promise I get something out of it that I didn't necessarily know, or it may just remind me of something that, you know what I'm saying, that I knew before. Okay, yeah, I forgot about that. Like, yeah.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
forever student.
Well, I think that's amazing. I mean, you have dropped so many nuggets on for our viewers today, and I want to just thank you again for taking time out of your afternoon to give to these students, and to to allow me to interview you. I've seen you just absolutely thrive in the industry, and I absolutely respect it and think it is phenomenal, sis. I want you to just keep going, keep shining, keep driving, and if there's anything I can do in any way to support your movement, I'm absolutely here to do that as well. I want to thank our viewers for tuning in today. And I apologize for the few little technical difficulties we had, but that doesn't matter. We've moved past that. And like
Yeah.
you said, keep thriving, keep learning, keep striving for greatness. That is so important forever. And my slogan is growing daily, each day. Grow
Yes.
and become your best, and just keep striving to be the better person, even each moment, each
Ab-
second. Be striving to be a better you in all areas of your life. It's so very important.
Absolutely.
I want to thank you. It is an
Thank you.
absolute pleasure to interview you and to, get a glimpse into what a powerhouse, what a powerhouse does, and like yourself. So I want to thank you again for being on the show today. You guys, make sure you tune in every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 1 p.m., where we interview local business professionals and entrepreneurs to discuss some of their keys to success in their business today. I know we have, this is We Women of Color in the industry. Keep going. More viewers, they love it. A lot of people are saying thank you. Thank you again for tuning in and giving your
Thank
time.
you.
Do you have
Thank
any
you so
final
much.
words before we sign off?
Of course, I want to say thank you so much for having me. Thank you for inviting me. It's been an absolute pleasure and honor. I appreciate you and I respect you and your movement as well. I've been watching you as well, and same, I offer the same thing to you. Of course, anything that I can do to support what you have going on, just let me know. And the only thing that I want to leave with, because we were talking about like the technical difficulties,
Yeah.
one thing that you're gonna have to learn to do, if you're going to be an entrepreneur, whatever avenue of entrepreneurship, even in life in general, like you have to be adaptable, right? You have
Mm,
to be able to, like I said, the word for 2020 is pivot. You
mm,
have to know how to do that. You have to know how to adjust and not get so flustered and out of your mind that you can't
mm.
continue to, to function. And like what we experienced earlier is just a testament to that. It was like, okay, this is going on, but hey, it's all right. We're gonna keep this thing moving. Whatever we have to do, we're gonna adjust and make it happen. And here we are.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you so very much for your words of wisdom. Thank you so much for our viewers for tuning in today. Again, it is your girl, Miss Lee, coming to you live from the Keys to Success show. Until next time, we will talk to you guys soon. Thank you so much and have a good afternoon. Thank you, sis.
Thank you.